The job of the media, it's the fourth estate. The job of the media is to report the news as is. Report the news, and not only that, put some little bit of intellect behind it to help people understand where we are. But who judges the media? The media can say there's a problem here, this person did that, this politician did the other. Who tells the media that they are in dereliction of their duty? I want you to listen to this, and then we'll take it on the other side, because they have a tendency to believe that their narrative is the narrative, irrespective of reality.
Someone said today that Democrats need to tell our grandmothers what's in this bill. So Biden, at long last, is going out on the road. And Peter, is there a timetable at all? And more important, is there a road schedule? Which places he's going to hit?
Yeah, I haven't seen the one yet, but you're right. It's rather late in the process to be doing this. What's remarkable is this entire debate sounds, as you say, all jargon, right? Reconciliation bill. What does that mean? Reconciliation is a budgetary term. It doesn't actually mean, by the way, bringing people together, which is what the common definition of the word would be. So what are Americans getting on this? All they know about this bill really is it costs $3.5 trillion, because that's how it's described all the time. It doesn't have the kind of branding that FDR did with the New Deal, or that Donald Trump did rather successfully. Donald Trump was a master brander. All that Americans are seeing today is a fight between progressives and the moderates over a $3.5 trillion bill, but they don't know what's in it. They don't know that what Biden is promising is free community college, healthcare, expansion of Medicare, pre-K and child care help for people, climate change. All these things that are in the bill, really important things to debate, whether they're good or bad. Nobody knows what this is about, because all we hear are these rather, sausage-making kind of conversation. And so it's rather late in the day and surprising that a White House that's usually pretty smart about these kinds of things has taken so long to get around to telling the American people why that they might want this, and in order to pressure the legislator to go along with it.
Forgive me, I'm sorry. Peter Baker simply is spilling nonsense. First of all, calling Donald Trump, he is a master brander. Okay, they had the huge tax cut. How did he brand the tax cut any better than we see right here for the Build Back Better? Let's be clear. Pramila Jayapal, the leader of the Progressive Caucus, every time one sees her on air on any station, she is out there branding what the bill does. And in fact, when she challenges Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema, she says, what would you like to remove from the bill? It does this for childcare. It does this for it does this for Medicare. It does the other for employment. It does the other for climate change. It enumerates all. They enumerate all the things the bill does, and ask Sinema and ask Manchin, what would you like to receive? Would you like to remove? But the people that are actually talking the reconciliation that Peter is talking about, these technical terms, it's the media. It is the media who's using these terms and not saying exactly what Pramila Jayapal is saying. Nancy Pelosi goes out. She says, teachers, teachers, teachers. She goes out and says, take care of your, this bill takes care of your kids. This bill does this. Every single time Nancy Pelosi is out there, she says that. James Clyburn as well. Bernie Sanders, AOC, Ilhan Omar, Cory Bush, Chuck Schumer. These are just people that I've seen on TV in the last few days, including the president. The president has given several speeches, of which we blogged about as well, of which we put on the national wave as well, where he specifically stated, this bill does all these things. We're going to take the money that the millionaires have stolen from you, the billionaires have stolen from you, and we are going to bring it back into doing things for the people. In fact, Biden went out of his way and he said, I am tired of this argument. I'm tired of seeing these people rip off the little man. These things are out there every single day by the Democratic politicians, but the people that have to push the Democratic message other than what they can do in their emails and anywhere else is the media. And if the media is saying All they're talking about is reconciliation when the media is the one talking about reconciliation. When it's the media that's talking about the bipartisan bill is already done, why don't they fulfill it? Let's not, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Look at how the media talks about Trump now. You just said Trump was a master labeler, a master brander. No, he wasn't. In fact, if you did your job, you would be saying every single brand that Donald Trump touched turned to lead. But you don't do it. His water turned to lead. His golf clubs turned to lead. His hotels turned to lead. His casinos turned to lead. And he's a master brander. A failure is a, and that's the problem with the media. And you know, it's not an attack on the media. It's just that you simply have a bias towards those helping the average American citizen, and you make it an issue. You allowed yourself to be snowed by those on the right, just like you did with the Obamacare bill. When in those days, when you allowed them to talk about throwing the water out with the, throwing your grandma out with the bath water, throwing the grandma off the cliff, death panels, all of that you branded Obama, allowed Republicans to come on TV to brand Democrats. But now that we really have death panels in red states where the COVID epidemic has overrun hospitals, and hospitals now in these red states have death panels. They say you can live because you're more likely to get the medicine. You cannot live. Death panels for real in red states. I am yet to hear the media characterize it that way. Media, why don't you try, mainstream media, why don't you try to do a better job? I mean, some of you are doing a great job. Ali Velshi and others, great job. Why don't you all try to do what's right so the American people can have a media that have them make the real decisions?
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel. And number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.